Hey, what's going on out there? Sean Devine, and today I've got a really quick tutorial for you all, and it is on how to tune our 808s very precisely so that they're working together with our other instruments. And I'm going to show you how we can hear the 808 a little bit better, because sometimes the 808 can be very low to the point where when it's playing with the other instruments, you can't even tell that it may be slightly out of tune. And when it is, it's not going to hit as hard, it's not going to work as well with your other instruments, and it's just not going to be as sonically pleasing. So first thing we need to do is I'm just going to let you hear what we've got, and then we'll work on this 808 and getting it perfectly into pitch. So that's the 808 that we're dealing with, and I'm just using a single wave file within EXS24, and I just have it set to legato, one voice, the usual kind of 808 settings within EXS24. But when I'm playing it back with the other instruments, it's tough to really hear the pitch. It sounds like it's on, and it's hitting pretty good, but that's my point. Is I'm going to tell you right now that it is slightly out of tune. And the way we can kind of get a better idea of where we're at is to just transpose the 808 higher. So just an octave. Let's go one octave, or you could even go 2 octaves just to be able to hear that pitch a little bit better. So if I go up 1 full octave with our 808, then we're going to be able to hear it. So you can get a little bit better idea. Again, it doesn't sound terribly off, and this is not going to be like the worst scenario. I've heard much more out of tune 808s, and it's really a lot more common than you would think. There's no telling how the 808 gets out of tune, just bouncing waves, or somebody gets an 808 from somebody else's sample pack and transposes it, or stretches it, or whatever. It can get out of tune. And so you just kind of want to make sure to check these and make sure, because again, it does make a difference. This one slightly out of tune, but they can get to the point where they're a lot more out of tune. So anyway, how are we going to find out just how out of tune this is and then correct it? What we are going to do is, if you're a Logic user, then we can use a tuner utility. So let's just go in here, and I believe it's under metering. And we're going to go to tuner. So we're going to pull up a tuner, and we're just going to see where we're at. And I'm going to play just a whole note. Let's say we just play C, or lower C. So as you can see, we're off about 17 or 18 cents. So not much at all, but still slightly out of tune. So all we need to do is go in here, and we're going to use our fine tune, and we're just going to go up 17 cents. And now our 808 is perfectly in tune. Might not sound like that big of a difference, but again, if you're dealing with one that's a little more out of tune, let's say like a half a semitone, that can make a big difference. So hope this helps y'all. Just a quick tip, and if you don't have Logic, you can probably find very similar kinds of tools and tuners in other DAWs as well. But hope this helps. If you learn anything, be sure to like and subscribe, and we'll talk to you soon.